Hello, Dr. Greg again here with the third exercise or exercise routine to help your brain work better. Now, understand these exercises are not necessary to replace a workout you might do 30 minutes to an hour, but they're in addition to, or if you're not doing any kind of exercise, you should be doing something, and this is that something. So this third routine is a little harder than the other two. It's going to involve a burpee, and I'll show you what that is. And it's important that you do that correctly. Squatting down, kicking your legs back, bringing them back in, and then standing up and doing a bicep curl and an overhead shoulder press. And then you're going to do that while standing on one foot and alternate sides. So that's the mind-body part. Aerobic part's the burpees. The resistant exercises are the dumbbells. The mind-body is the balance. Now I'm going to add also a squat in there, and I'll show you a squat. Squats are really important for your lower body and to do them correctly. So again, it's going to be a burpee, putting your legs out into a plank. You can add a push-up in, then you're going to come up, stand up, do a bicep curl, balancing on one foot, and an overhead shoulder press, balancing on one foot, and then you bring it down. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Now I recommend doing these with sneakers on. I have shoes on now because the burpee can be kind of tough on the feet if you don't use shoes. So here I go. Now these are 8-pound dumbbells, okay? You don't have to use 8 pounds. You can use lighter or you can use heavier. So this is for those individuals that are somewhat fit that can do that. I'm going to show you some modifications to the exercise. We're going to start with the burpee. So I'm going to put the dumbbells down. You see how I get down? I don't bend down from the waist. I bend my knees down. Then I jump back, forward, stand up, stand on one foot, bicep curl, bring it down, and you're done. And then you can end with a squat. Okay, so there you go. The final routine. I might add another one in the future, but what's important is that you combine weightlifting, aerobic with mind-body. Mind-body is anything where you're not looking at your body part, but doing something like balance. Resistance, of course, is just the biceps. It can be as heavy as you want or as light as you want. It's some kind of resistance. And aerobic is just getting your heart rate up. It doesn't have to be extreme, but it has to be an increase in your heart rate. You can see I'm a little out of breath just by doing those little exercises. It's important that these are combined. They're more powerful according to the research. It helps your brain in all those areas I talked about. Your cognition, your brain-derived neurotropic factor, which helps your brain work better. It actually cleans out your brain. Your stress level is helped, and your cardiovascular, which actually puts more oxygen into your brain. All those things are very beneficial to help you think better as you age. The two key areas that respond to exercise are the hippocampus, and the basal ganglion. The hippocampus is involved in Alzheimer's. It shrinks in dementia and Alzheimer's. And basal ganglia is involved in Parkinson's disease. All old age kind of diseases that can be either put off or mitigated if you start now doing some simple exercise routine that'll help your brain stay healthy. This again is in addition to what you're doing already, and it's not to replace it. But if you're not doing anything, at least you're doing something. And I recommend doing these at least 2 to 3 times a day. Start off with just once a day and make sure you talk to your doc about exercise. Again, if you've never exercised before, start with the easy one that I did 3 weeks ago. This is the harder one using a burpee. And you can even modify that a bit so that it's not as difficult. That's all for this module of information I've given out. Research on exercise effect on the cognitive abilities of us mature adults. I'm going to start a little series about sugar, give you a little history of it, where it came from, and all the nitty-gritty about maybe how to get rid of the cravings, which are very important, how to stop the addiction. It's going to be an interesting module. I'm not sure how long it will be, but it should be very informative. With that being said, this is Dr. Greg, changing the way we look at health.